Hello guys, and welcome back. I'm so excited to be here today sharing about my experiment of taking my negative thoughts and swapping them out for the most positive thought. So back in 2017, my anxiety, panic attacks, fearful thoughts all came to a head. And it's when I realized I needed to make a change. And I wasn't sure what that change would be. However, there was this trifecta of approaches I took that helped to free me from negative thoughts and bring me into a more positive space. And the practice of Kundalini is one of those things. It helps us to get on a more positive frequency and positive current. So when we're using our breath, we're calming our nervous system. When we're listening to mantra, we're activating higher frequency energies into our mind, into our body, and we actually start to think differently. With this, I also had changed the way I ate and started to focus on natural, plant-based, whole foods. And I think those two things really supported me in this journey. But there was one other thing that I did that was super helpful, and it was actually training my brain to be more positive. I was on a roller coaster of fearful thoughts, anxious thoughts that would replay in my mind over and over and over again. Our thoughts all hold a frequency. Whatever it is we're thinking, it's going to have a physical impact on our body. If you think of something fearful, your body actually believes that it's perceiving it and living out whatever it is you're thinking. So you might get an increased heart rate, your pulse may quicken. You might start to feel something in the gut because the brain and the gut is connected. Our thoughts truly rule and create our experience and our life. And I personally was so tired of the fearful narrative running the show. I was desperate for a change. I started to change my diet, focus on plant-based foods, incorporate breathwork, mantra, and Kundalini into my practice. And then I really wanted to do some manual work as well on retraining the brain. So as I would get a negative thought, as a negative thought would come in, I started to realize, if I'm going to dream up a scenario, why would I waste my time allowing that scenario to be the negative one when I could dream up a more positive one? And I started to think about this and realize, in this present moment, if I was able to take the negative thought and switch it to a more positive one, I would feel much better in this moment, right here in the present moment. My body would feel safer if I was thinking more positive thoughts. Then from there, I would make decisions from a positive frequency. And I said, you know what? I'll feel better in the present moment. And if I don't actually manifest those positive thoughts, I'm still winning because I'm feeling so much better right here and right now. So it was a lose-lose to focus and continue thinking my fearful thoughts because I felt really terrible in the present moment and I was not creating a more positive future. I was worrying about what I couldn't control and actually potentially creating something negative for my future. So that's what I did. Every time a negative thought would come, I would say, no, you're not going to live here, and I would choose the positive thought. Over time, what started to happen on a scientific level was creating new neural pathways. The brain, myself, got used to experiencing positive thoughts. That actually became the habit rather than the negative ones. I taught my brain how to think more positively in those moments, and I showed it the new route. Oh, no, 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 no. You're not going to think this. You're not going to stay here. You're actually going to come here. Think this, feel this. And as I started to feel that, my body took an exhale. I started to feel safer. I started to feel into this space of trust and more certainty and less unknown. Spoiler alert, this experiment absolutely worked. And what actually started to happen was incredible quantum leaping and manifestations. I started to see manifestations come into my life so quickly. I would think something, I would write about it, I would dream about it and visualize it, and then I would actually see it to come into fruition in my life. And I coupled this mind training or this brain training with specific meditations as well. For instance, there's an addiction meditation in Kundalini that helps us to create new neural pathways to give us access to a more positive frequency and current and allow us to actually think more positively. There's actually a meditation for the negative mind where you can actually use your breath to release and breathe out negative emotions, letting them go, clearing them from the mind and the body. There are also some specific meditations for manifestation, amplifying your aura and your manifestation energy to welcome in anything that you can dream of. I can actually link those 3 meditations for you in the description below if you'd like to try those out. So the experiment ended up working and completely changing my life, and the support of eating very consciously and using these ancient practices of Kundalini truly supported this exercise I was doing each and every day. Everything started to change. I went from a place of feeling so fearful, alone, and disconnected into a space of feeling completely supported, trusting, and surrendered into the universe's plan for me. And when you can be in that space, you are giving off a frequency of abundance. And from there, you attract more abundance, more positive experiences, rather than being in a space of lack or fear. It's very shrinking. Fear and doubt actually steals up to 3 feet of our aura. So it's so important to be able to take inventory. What are the thoughts that are going through your mind every day? How can you start to shift them into a more expansive thought? And everything in your life, your whole experience will start to change, because everything starts with our breath and our thought. And our breath helps us to actively and positively charge all of our thoughts that occur in our mind. So thank you so much for joining this. If you liked this video, please feel free to press the like button, subscribe to this channel for more high frequency spiritual conversations here and even some meditations. If you want to go really deep in the Kundalini journey, I would love for you to check out the links below. You will gain access to a 7-day free trial that will allow you to access over 500 life-changing meditations, ranging anywhere from a 3-minute meditation to a 60-minute meditation. We also host live meditations weekly on there as well. So feel free to join that community. Thank you for being here, and look out for more YouTube content as well. You can also follow me on Instagram or TikTok at incal.xcal.